The Dolan twins were among the most popular content creators on YouTube before their hiatus in 2020, eventually fading from the public eye. Starting out on Vine, their YouTube videos earned them millions of dedicated followers. They also collaborated with some of the internet's biggest influencers, such as Emma Chamberlain and James Charles. They slowly became known for their daily vlogs and collaborations, amassing nearly 11 million subscribers at the height of their fame. However, in 2021, they stopped posting altogether. In today's video, we're going to discuss the timeline of the Dolan twins and why they decided to vanish off of social media, where they are at now, and if they'll ever make a comeback. So let's deep dive into all of this, but before we get into it, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and turn your post notifications on. Alright, let's dive in. Unfortunately, in 2019, the twins tragically lost their father to cancer. Though this was a tough moment of time for them, it only seemed to make their grieving process much worse as they had to deal with crazy fans and stalkers invading their privacy and literally showing up to their home. This led Ethan to make an announcement at the time begging for his fans to quit this behavior and to respect their privacy. He tweeted, "If you are a fan of Grayson and I, we love you and appreciate you so much. The best way you could support us during this tough time is to not show up at our father's wake or funeral. Thank you guys, please, please, please respect my wish." With his brother Grayson also spreading this message saying, "If you know where we live, please do not come to our house. We will not take a picture with you or on anywhere near our property. This is where we live and everyone deserves privacy. We're nice people. If you see us in public, I'd be glad to take a picture with you, but not at my house." That goes for me and Ethan's house and my parents' house. And if you have our address, please do not share it with anyone else. Thank you. Then, in October 2019 interview with Shane Dawson, the twins revealed their growing fatigue with daily vlogging and expressed interest in pursuing other ventures. Grayson and Ethan candidly discussed the toll that YouTube was starting to take on their lives, having been part of the platform for 7 years at the time and maintaining a daily video schedule since they were only 14 years old. Their video was titled "It's Time to Move On" and has reached over 10 million views to date. It was met with tons of support under their comment section, with their devoted fan base telling them that they had always been there for them regardless of when they would make a return or if they would make a return back to YouTube. Following this, they reduced their upload frequency and eventually stopped posting on their YouTube channel altogether in 2020. The twins did continue to talk about how important of a role their father played in their lives and how much they were inspired by him on the Impulsive podcast with Logan Paul, so it makes sense why they needed a massive break from everything in life.
Really gnarly cancer. Like you said, like absolute sweetheart, but like he was just like the toughest guy, but just like was a sweetheart on the outside. So he didn't want you to think he was a tough guy.
Sure.
He
He had quiet confidence about how he went about everything.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And he never let his hope die. He got a tattoo right over, he had gastroesophageal cancer, and he got a tattoo that said "Never Fade Me" right over where he got it. And I truly think it never faded him and who he was in his soul and who he was like inside of his head.
They also talked about almost having an existential crisis, wondering what the meaning of life was when they no longer had their father, who was their best friend by their side.
I understand how it could really you up after losing someone who's so close to you, because you start questioning the meaning of life, and then you're like, what the fuck's the point of it if my best friend isn't here anymore? And like the whole time my dad was like passing away, it was like a straight month of me just sleeping on the couch next to him, and I would just like reassure him that wherever he was going was better than where we are. And then I literally convinced myself that for a full month. I was like, he's going somewhere way better than where I am. Why the fuck am I still here? Like, what's the point of like carrying on?
Since then, their fans have been eager for their return to the spotlight, flooding their social media asking when they'll make their big return back. And after all of this time, it seems that their wishes might finally be coming true. On July 19th of last year, Ethan shared a series of photos on Instagram. He also wiped most of his Instagram page with only 3 photos remaining now, one from 2023 and 2 other from 2016 and 2014. Grayson also posted a similar announcement on Instagram about their upcoming film, sharing some behind-the-scenes photos, but he too wiped his entire Instagram page clean. After almost 3 years of being far from the spotlight, the twins finally ended up posting this short film on their YouTube channel, which now sits at a little over 500,000 views. In their long-awaited post, the two announced that they had been working on a movie. He captioned his most recent post from last year, "I made a short film called Nothing Left to Give with Grayson. Our incredible cast and crew made it possible. We are very grateful to be premiering at Holy Shorts Film Festival this August. Have a blessed day." The film was just about 22 minutes, and the message it tried to highlight was ties to grief and emotional attachment with animals, somewhat resembling it to a similar experience that the twins had to go through with losing their father. It was about about a high school girl who lives with her dad and brother on a farm. The girl's mom passed away when she was just a little girl, and so she finds comfort in a cow and perhaps a little of her mom's spirit in the cow. The girl says that she would give up everything in her life, her friends, her college, her future career, money, everything, just to have her mom back, which makes her say, so I guess that means I'm going to live my life chasing things that I'd give up in a second, which makes it sound like nothing means anything, which I assume was how the twins felt about their dad. Later on, the cow stopped producing milk, so the dad gives the cow away and she chases the cow down. The reactions to their comeback was mixed. Some people were just happy that they were back to make an appearance on social media, even though it was just one post, regardless of what they were doing, but others were advising them to just stick to their roots and what they believe the twins are good at, which is making YouTube videos. And now here are some of the reactions. One user said, I'm sorry to tell you this, but the movie was bad and boring. I think you guys fit more making YouTube videos. But that's not the only significant event to take place in their lives in the past year. On July 31st, 2023, Ethan's long-term girlfriend, Christina Alice, announced on Instagram that she and Ethan are officially engaged. On her Instagram, Alice described it as the most special moment of her life while sharing a photo of herself with her arms wrapped around Ethan's neck while showing off her engagement ring. Ethan, Dolan, and Christina had appeared in a music video together in 2018, and they'd been dating for 3 years before they got engaged. In a 2020 episode of the Deeper with the Dolan Twins podcast, Grayson had asked Ethan and Christina where they saw themselves in 5 years. Both of them responded with plans to get married, and Ethan even talked about plans of moving and living in Australia, which is where his fiancée Christina is from. They also talked about bringing kids together.
We gotta have a house in our favorite part of Australia and 7 kids.
No.
7 kids, 5 years. We're gonna have.
What?
We're gonna.
Twins.
No. We're gonna have sextuplets and then just 1 child.
Okay.
Okay.
Ethan also asked Grayson if she felt any pressure to also be in a relationship because he was witnessing his brother evolving with Christina and getting into a serious, committed relationship.
Like, we've done everything together our entire lives.
Yeah.
I'm now in a committed relationship. Obviously, Christina lives here and stuff. Everything you've done your entire life, I'm like, okay, I have to do that. I'm in a committed relationship. Does it make you feel like you need to be in a committed relationship?
Yeah, it did.
Since the engagement announcement, the twins have completely vanished yet again, and though a lot of people are curious as to where they are now, most people believe that they have just decided to live more private lives after the passing of their father, along with everything that they've been on social media. Also, Ethan is most likely spending quality time with his fiancée and getting ready for married life and potentially bringing kids at this time. As he had mentioned, those were his plans for the next 5 years in an interview. I did come across this TikTok though the other day that says that Grayson is getting married as well.
Grayson is getting married in October this year too. To Zarwa? I thought it said Laura, but I think it's Zarwa. Since when did he get engaged? Ethan's wedding, I think we know for sure is happening, but for Grayson, I don't know if this is real or not. I mean, the registry is up there, but I need some pictures. But I also know that they're really private now, so I don't know. It's so crazy that we're finding out this news through a TikTok and not through the Dolan Twins themselves, since the Dolan Twins quit YouTube and social media back in like 2021. So they disappeared and we haven't heard anything from them at all, other than that short film they released like last year. 13-year-old me would be so heartbroken right now. Like, I would be hyperventilating, kicking and screaming internally right now.
I couldn't find any more information on this, so take it with a grain of salt. I went to take a look at the wedding website myself, and it's looking very much unfinished for now. Pretty much every page that I look at says that we're still planning the weekend's events and we'll update this section soon. So I'm not quite sure if this is like a fake page or what. I also saw this comment under the TikTok saying, I honestly don't think Grayson's is actually him. Last we knew, he was dating Eleni Stemelis like a month or 2 ago. Could be another Grayson. And another comment said, was he not dating that model Lexi Wood? I'm still confused. So there is that. We do have a very recent update on the twins though, as both of them were seen 2 months ago in a photo with what seems to be a fan. This TikToker posted a video 2 weeks ago sharing that they came in contact with Ethan and Grayson and took a photo with them, and all over the comments, fans were just glad that they looked happy and healthy. Naturally, people are still curious about their day-to-day lives, but most people can respect their personal space. What do you think of the Dolan Twins and where they are at now? Were you an avid viewer of their channel, and do you think they'll ever come back sometime in the future? Comment down below your thoughts. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. And for now, bye-bye.